Hello and welcome to the Microcast, the podcast about microbes and microbiology. Escherichia coli. Escherichia, honoring the microbiologist who discovered it. Coli, in reference to the colon, where it is found. Micrococcus luteus. Micro, meaning small, coccus, spherical, luteus, coming from the word for dirt or mud, also where it is found. Staphylococcus epidermidis. Staphylo, coming from bunch, or bunches of grapes more specifically. Coccus, meaning again spherical. So spherical bunches. Epidermis, meaning the skin, the outermost layer of the skin where it is found. Bacillus cereus and Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus in both refers to the rod-like shaped. Cereus, meaning waxy, how it looks under certain conditions, and subtilis sounds like subtle, and it sort of is. It means thin in this case. Tryptic soy agar and tryptic soy broth. Both are medians. Medians for bacterial cultures. One word out of those is familiar, and that's broth, and it means sort of what it sounds like. You think of a broth being the median of the soup. Well, the broth in this case is the median for the cultures. You throw your bacteria in this liquid median, and you got yourself some bacterial soup to grow in. Agar is the other option, going to be this flat solid. Very different, but they serve the same purpose. But one is preferred over the other depending on the conditions. Let's talk about the human microbiome in this case study, where a patient was given broad-spectrum antimicrobial drugs to treat an unknown bacterial infection, which, unbeknownst to her, wiped out her microbiome and left her susceptible to Clostridium difficile, more commonly known as C. diff. It was able to take hold because the microbiome, which we are in symbiosis with, we work together with, we help each other. When that was destroyed, it made room for Clostridium difficile to take hold, most commonly in the digestive tract, but microbiomes take root in all areas. One example is the nasopharynx, which is the passageway from nose, nasal, to throat, pharynx. We also have peptidoglycan, peptido coming from peptides, building blocks of amino acids and proteins. Glycan, coming from sugars. So we have the simplest elements of proteins and sugars bonded together. Prokaryotes, the opposite of eukaryotes, or maybe not opposite, but are two categories. Karyote is the word for nut or kernel, describes their shape, what they look like. eukaryotes means good. And of course, we call eukaryotes good because we are eukaryotic in nature, and if it's us, then it's good, of course. And prokaryotes get the prefix pro, meaning before. They are simpler than us. And we have binary fusion, the process of cellular division. Asexual reproduction. Binary, meaning two. Think of binary code, computers, zeros and ones, one or the other. You got two. Fission, the opposite of fusion. Fusion brings together, fission you split apart. So binary fission, splitting into two. And that's what these cells do. Split right down the middle, nucleus. Half the cell goes each way. Half the DNA goes each way, and you are left with two where you previously had one. Now let's go through this chart. We have Salmonella enterica. Salmonella enterica. Honoring public health microbiologist Daniel Salmon. Salmonella enterica, found in the intestines, in the enteric system, enterica. We have Streptococcus pyogenes. Streptococcus. Strep refers to the chains, the arrangement of the cells in lines. Coccus, as we talked about before, spherical. So we have chains of spherical bacteria is a Streptococcus. Pyogenes refers to the pus that it forms. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Sacro, meaning sugar. Myces, fungus. Saccharomyces is a fungus that uses sugar. Cerevisiae comes from the Latin cerevisia, or you may recognize cerveza, meaning beer, making beer. So this is a fungus that takes sugar and makes beer. Penicillium chrysogenum. Penicil, tough-like or paintbrush. Chrysogenum refers to the yellow pigment. Trypanosoma cruzi. Trypanosoma. Trypano is a corkscrew or a bore. Think of an auger. Trypano. Soma is body. Trypanosoma is this corkscrew body shape. Cruzi, to honor epidemiologist Oswaldo Cruz. And finally, Bacteroides thetaioteomicron, meaning I want to make college students cry when they try to pronounce this. Bacteroides thetaioteomicron. And with that, I will end the first installment of the microcast.